Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to Fantasy Q&A. I am Patrick Claybon here with Adam Rank, no stranger to radio interviews. Yes. And that's what we're doing here. We're just hitting up Rank with your questions.
Yes.
If you would like to get us some questions, send them to us at NFL Fantasy. Send them to at Adam Rank, at Patrick Claybon,
Please.
at Michael F. Florio.
May I say something, though, about that?
You can say anything.
If you don't like my choice in music, which is your right, it's a matter of taste, keep it to yourself. Because some days I variate between mute and block. Today's a block day.
There it is.
So if you are reacting to news about Blink-182, I'm like, why do you listen to that crappy band? You're getting blocked.
Yeah. They may be small things to you, but not to this man. Or to me. You know, like,
damn it.
What's my age again?
My friend Josie was like, you know what? Don't listen to them. Do what you like to do.
Yeah. But also block people. If you want to block somebody, press two buttons, get rid of a weird guy forever. Let's get to your questions. First and foremost, from somebody we didn't block, Brian says, what should I do with Taysom Hill? Should I start him or sell high? What can I get for him? What's Brian going to do, right?
You know, this is such a can of worms that I hate addressing this, but on the NFL Fantasy app, he qualifies as a tight end. I started Tyler Conklin this week and got a bagel. Why do you not take the chance that he's going to do something weird and get 34 points from your tight end spot? I say that unless you have Travis Kelce, Mark Andrews, one of the elite guys, somebody that you're really sure is going to produce for you, why not go Taysom Hill? I think that he's kind of earned that, and it's almost cheating. It's almost like being in a super flex league. I don't care. I would add him and play him in tight end. If you get a tight end designation for him, I would definitely do it. If he counts as a quarterback, I'm a little less. I'm like more in the middle of the road there. Like I'm not starting him over Geno, for instance.
Right.
But I think that, So it depends on your designation.
Yeah, and he's honestly not going to. I saw a great meme. It's the picture of Shaq hiding behind a tree, but it's clearly Shaq. And it's like, this is the Saints disguising Taysom Hill running plays. Like, he's going to run the ball.
And it doesn't matter. You can't stop it.
Seahawks, what are you doing? He also threw a touchdown. But
that's another thing. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to cut you off.
You didn't.
Not enough to keep you.
Same
not enough
thoughts.
to keep me from cutting. But we need to tell people, play everybody against the Seahawks.
Yes.
We're not, like the Seahawks, speaking of bands, it's like if you've ever been to a country fair, like if you go to the Sandwich Festival, and you're like, oh my God, Quiet Riot's playing. There's no original members. It's in name only. They're playing the classic hits. They had two big songs.
Yeah.
Come On Feel the Noise, which wasn't even their song. And
really?
Mental Health. Yeah, like Come On Feel the Noise is somebody else's song.
Learning stuff today, as are you. As is Joe, at Joe Certified. We'll get you a check one day, Joe. What do I do with Najee Harris?
Man, there's no way to trade him. That's the biggest issue. Is like you can't trade him, you can't deal him, nobody wants him. He's kind of like in Major League Baseball, you see these big contract guys that they trade with prospects to try to get. Like you almost have to package him with somebody to try to get him off your roster. But I think it's a little troubling. I don't think that the usage is going to be similar to what we saw last season. They've got a young quarterback who, while I don't expect Kenny Pickett to hurl the ball 52 times a game like he did on Sunday, I don't think that there's a huge ceiling for him getting a lot of opportunities. So I think that he ends up being an RB2, which isn't what you drafted him for. Right. But let's say you drafted Breece Hall. Let's say you got Kenneth Walker III. Like, if you have other guys who are going to pick up the slack, it's fine. I think Najee, like, when you look at the ADP, you're like, I wish I would have picked somebody else in the first round, excuse me. But I think overall, he'll be solid.
Yeah.
Which is not what you wanted, but you'll be fine.
And this doesn't work for Joe, but I would have some advice. Trade for Najee Harris right now. If you have a couple of guys that you're not necessarily comfortable with, you're worried you had great early starts for Christian Kirk, and you're thinking maybe the Jags offense isn't what I wanted, and somebody's disappointed in Najee, because they're not going to play the Bills every single week.
That's true.
It's just not going to happen. This might be as low as it gets. So use that value in the other way. That doesn't help you, Joe, because you're just going to have to play
Joe,
him.
But for everybody else.
Yeah, everybody else maybe consider making a deal for
idea.
Najee right now. Let's go to Tim, who asks, will George Kittle be tight end one this? Oh, poor Tim. Or does he need to look for another tight end, right?
No, again, I don't think there's a lot of options out there for you. Like, what tight end are you playing in his steed? Like, do you have Travis Kelce that you're starting over him? And I understand the numbers that you're seeing right there. Fewer than 8 fantasy points in 6 consecutive games. He finished with 7 point. I believe it was 7. What do we think, Sam? Was it 7.5 the other day? He fumbled. He lost a fumble, which cost him 2 points. He's getting targets. He's getting some receptions. He's going to be right around 8 to 10 fantasy points. I think that's a pretty safe floor for him. He blocks a lot right now, which is understandable. But again, compared to what other options are out there, like if you have, I have Dalton Schultz in a league. I have Dalton Schultz and Tyler Conklin in a league. I would happily trade either one of those guys for George Kittle right now.
Even let's say Dak's back in a couple of weeks, you still feel the
That's
same
the
way.
thing. Like, I can't get rid of Dalton Schultz because of that. Although I don't think Dak's playing this week.
Yeah, this week.
They're going to ride out this Cooper Rush business. Not understanding that the reason why they're winning is Micah Parsons and the defense. But then everybody wants to use this as a reason to drag Dak Prescott. Like, I don't know.
Yeah, if you really like QB wins, maybe take a look at one of the higher winning percentage quarterbacks in the history of the franchise, at Dak Prescott. But anyway, Dr. Jerry Jones says his thumb is working his way back.
No. Now the doctor's like, he's not good.
Oh, okay.
Remember, like when we thought that Cooper Rush was not going to be good, Dak was missing 2 weeks. Now that Cooper Rush is playing well, they're like, Dak might be back in 2023. Like, what? What in the name of Steve Berline is happening
The
here?
circumstantial doctor. Speaking of Jerry Jones decisions, Josh wants to know, is Zeke officially a flex option?
Yeah, absolutely. Again, this, you have to kind of remove yourself from the ADP. Once your roster is set, it is what it is. And you look at Zeke, and this is an offense that's productive. They had a tough matchup against the Rams. We all see that Tony Pollard is a better player. There's only one person that doesn't, and that's the general manager of the Dallas Cowboys, who's insistent that Zeke plays a lot. Like you hear about this in baseball. Joe Madden recently wrote a book about how Perry Menashin called down when the Angels were up by 10, and they're like, hey, get Trout out of the game. I don't want him making decisions. Like, you know what? You have the best player in baseball who just was coming off a groin injury. Maybe he can sit during a 10-run blowout. But I think that there's an issue that they have to play Zeke, and I guess you have to play him. But I guess a flex option is where he belongs.
Okay.
So I guess that's the question. Like, Breece Hall should start over him. If you picked up Kenwell, I'm going back because I'm thinking of my teams.
Yeah.
James Robinson
Got a lot of
starts over.
Breece.
Even though James Robinson struggled this past week, Dameon Pierce starts over him. Like, you have, again, like, I don't care where you drafted him. You'll know who your better players are. But a flex play, yeah, that seems about right.
Yeah, not bad. Things are tough right now. Still, you're not benching him. He's obligated to play from the boss man, who's essentially our boss man. When we come back, we're blasting through more of your questions. Plus, we're talking some hype train players that you can buy low on right now.
We're stealing this?
People are getting on the train.
What am I going to do? Put on a cowboy hat?
We have returned on Fantasy Q&A, and we asked you, the people, a question on social media website, twitter.com. Which player should you sell high on right now? And not Lenny, not Lockett, not Marquise Brown. Everybody chose Gabe Davis.
Man, wouldn't you be tempted to sell high on Marquise Hollywood Brown under the assumption that perhaps DeAndre Hopkins eats into his production a little bit? I mean,
that's an assumption that I've been making, because right now it is Hollywood playing surefire number one receiver.
Yeah.
Unless you're a Greg Dortch believer. We love you, Greg.
Greg Dortch is great.
We love Greg Dortch. He's not Nuke Hopkins, right?
Yes,
Nuke Hopkins is going to take targets away from Hollywood.
It just seems inevitable. And I think that, you can go back and these two guys played, Kyler Murray, Hollywood Brown, played in college. There's a lot of chemistry there. At the same time, D-Hop's D-Hop. Like, it's not, I don't know. I think that it's a significant enough that you maybe should move on. Because I have, again, I'm sorry to be talking about my teams all the time, but I have Hollywood Brown, and that's low-key trying to send them off for, an upgrade here or there.
So you guys know what we think about the question. Let's talk about what you thought, because they said they wanted to sell high on Gabe Davis. This offense is too good to get rid of players on, right?
That is, It is, yes. But Stephon Diggs is still going to be the number one guy. I think, how many catches did Gabe have? 3? I think that that's the one thing that I kind of understand it. I don't agree with it necessarily, but I understand where they're coming from. I also sometimes think that people, I don't know, they overestimate their own GM abilities. They're like, well, I'm just going to trade Gabe Davis for, Justin Jefferson or whatever they think that it's going to happen. I think that you're probably not going to get the return. Having players on high-profile offenses are worth keeping. And I think in all those instances that we saw there, all those guys, even the Cardinals are a high-profile offense. I also see like Leonard Fournette. Like if I could sell high on a running back too, like. But I love Lenny, so I don't want to do it.
Zombie Lenny. We keep trying to put Lenny in the dirt, and he comes back and RB1.
Never. I want them because it's not necessarily a Rashad White thing, but it's a Tampa Bay making a late season run. Like if they start to pull away in the South, and then they're like, well, why are we going to run Lenny
That's true.
in the fantasy playoffs? We can mix in White, and then when the playoffs start, then we get Fournette.
You've sold
all
me.
The touches.
You sold me on that.
But that's
100%.
Yeah,
I'm convinced that they win 5 in a row. It's like, why are we beating Lenny up?
Yeah,
we want Lombardi Lenny back, and we want to answer more of your questions. So let's get rapid fire. Let's put
I love this.
A couple of minutes on the clock, and we'll start with this one from a Dallas NFL Spot. First question coming up here.
Yes.
Should I trade Aaron Jones the next time he had a decent game?
I almost feel like I want to. But it depends on what you've picked up. I've actually, again, I don't want to go, but I've worked in a team where I have Aaron Jones, Breece Hall, and Kenneth Walker. And I can flex one. It's half-point PPR. I don't know why you would want to trade him, though. Why are you getting rid of your running backs?
Yeah, maybe
he's going to be solid. No, don't.
He's got like Matt Ryan as the starting quarterback. Ghost says, what do I do with Brandon Cooks? He has not been great so far. I don't want to keep starting him, says Ghost.
Well, then put him on the bench. It's very easy to do. Well, like, what are you going to do? If you're not happy with Brandon Cooks, what do you think the person you're trying to trade him to thinks? Like, who's going to be like, oh, I can't wait to get Brandon Cooks. Here, let me give you Dalvin Cook. Like, no, it doesn't work that way. People see what you're seeing. You're keeping him on your bench.
Too many cooks. All right, let's go. Thank you, Ghost. Gaz says, is Amari Cooper a must-start every week now?
When wasn't he? Why was this ever a discussion?
Yeah, one bad
Amari
game
Cooper. Oh, my gosh. Like this, we've talked about this at great length. Like, I love Amari Cooper. He helps out every quarterback he plays with. Like, yeah, keep him.
All right.
Well, start him. Yeah.
Thank you, Gaz. Phil's in 4 says, should I panic trade Jalen Waddle?
No. Why, again, like nobody's going to want it. What are you getting in return? Tell me what you're getting in return, because I don't think that anybody out there right now is looking at, I would. Somebody who wants Jalen Waddle is there to rip you off. They're not there for your best intentions. They're not going to be sitting there like, giving you all their elite players. It's so hard to think. Like, I keep trying to draw, like, who are the elite players? Like, somebody's not like, I'll give you Cooper Kupp for Jalen Waddle. Like, that's not happening. Who are the elite players? Saquon?
Yeah. It's
like, who's the, like, I keep thinking, like, who's the elite running back? Like, who can we count on?
It's Saquon. Saquon, I don't know, one of the elite quarterbacks, Lamar. That dude had 16 characters in his Twitter account, by the way. Jacoby Myers, a reliable start trade. Yes!
Oh, my God, yeah. The productions continue to rise each and every week. I love them. By the way, Matt Okada writes our waiver wire column. He made a Stairway to Heaven reference in the column and said specifically I would understand it, which is like, that's offensive. Like, I'm not, but I do know, but I do know.
Yell at
but
Joel
I did
every week.
But I did know it. Yeah, I did know it. I actually returned the volley and I said, every time I start Jacoby Myers, it feels like Celebration Day, and he got it. He got the reference. Obscure. I don't know if that's an obscure Zeppelin song, but I don't know. I like music.
Generational connection. We appreciate that.
But music's timeless.
That's
like
the
some
thing.
kid. Like if you've never listen, I'll tell you something right now. If you've never heard of Led Zeppelin, if you don't listen to Led Zeppelin, go check them out. And I will tell you that a musical artist that you likes Led Zeppelin, and you'll be like, oh my gosh, I kind of see the influence.
There it is. Just all kinds of nuggets for you, including some more fantasy football nuggets, because we're gonna talk about some potential hype train guys, or maybe a bit of a smoke screen. It's like a train emerging from a big cloud here. Kenneth Walker Is this a smokescreen, or
No,
are you
no.
on board?
No, I think because of the offense, the way that the offense is constructed, Pete Carroll loves to run the football. And by the way, I think I mentioned this on NFL Fantasy Live on Monday. Pete Carroll really deserves a lot of credit for the great quarterbacks he's turned out into the world. Matt Leinart won a Heisman Trophy. Russell Wilson won a Super Bowl. And now Geno Smith is having a career resurgence. A big reason why is because they run the football so effectively. Rashad Penny was playing so much and wasn't really letting Kenneth Walker get a lot of run because he was playing well. But now that there's nobody there that's going to be taking a lot of snaps away from him, that means more opportunity for Kenneth Walker III. He was a guy that most people jumped in on, and especially in dynasty leagues. So if you've been holding on to it, and by the way, I understand that we put out waiver wire advice and people have to come in and be like, oh, Kenneth Walker's been gone in my league for, okay, you know what? Congratulations. Not everybody is as savvy as you. Okay, if you go to NFL.com right now, he's available in over 60% of leagues. Some people are not as hardcore as you, but you're great, so you can go out there and you can go dumpster diving. But we're talking to that group of teachers at Julio Cesar Chavez Elementary in Corona, California, right there off Paseo Grande. Specifically, you know who works there?
Who's that?
One of the DePaulo sisters. Sisters!
Yes!
The sister, although she's a McDonald now. But
older or younger?
Younger, the youngest.
Oh boy,
yes, this family's really started to take over.
We'll leave Kenneth
I love
Walker
my hometown
and the Apollo family as well, and get to De'Ami Brown, who went off. But is this a smoke screen?
I can't buy into it.
Oh.
I love him. I think he's a good player. Like, I'm really impressed with the skill players that the Washington Commanders have put together. We love him. We love Brian Robinson. We love that he was able to return as quickly as he was done. Terry McLaurin, who just signed a long-term extension. Curtis Samuel. It's to the point of, like, there's too many good options for the Commanders. My biggest question is, do they ever pull the plug on Carson Wentz?
It's got to come at some point.
I mean, Sam Howell's sitting there. If you're Ron Rivera, you're not going to the playoffs. If you can coax something out of Sam Howell, perhaps that saves you. I don't think it will, but perhaps, you make a move. I like Brown. I just don't think he's a consistent starter every week. He's a good talent. Don't drop him. But I just don't know that every week. And I don't like the matchup this week that they have against the Bears.
It's like the most Wentz thing where you see Commanders highlights like that bomb to De'Ami Brown, and you're like, wow, okay.
How is this?
This is it.
They're undefeated, right?
No, they're not. The plays that aren't the highlights are very, very bad. And that's why Ranks talk about a quarterback change, and a lot of people in our nation's capital are as well. Breece Hall, this feels easy.
Absolutely. You know what? The biggest significant thing to me last week was the receptions.
Yes.
He had the most receptions receiving. I think it was the first running back for the Jets to have over 100 receiving yards since LaDainian Tomlinson did it in 2011. So for me, this has been the dude that I've been all in on coming into this season. I had him rated ahead of Kenneth Walker. I was very high on James Cook. I'm still high on James Cook. I think he's a very talented player. I don't know what the situation's like in Buffalo, but I really like, but to answer this question, Breece Hall is the potential league winner. A lot of my teams in my league of record, where I'm there with the DePaulo brothers, my team name is Breece, Love, and Understanding.
There it is.
So I love this player. I like this. You know what? I like the way the Jets have put together this team. They've done a really nice job. No. Drafting the running back. Garrett Wilson's been pretty good.
Take flight.
They've done when you're coming out of the draft, I think a lot of times when we're doing draft analysis, you're basing it on, did they have the right idea? Were they following the proper steps? Now, whether these players pan out or not, we don't know until they play. But the Jets had a great plan. They executed it. The Giants had a great plan. They executed it. I would even say, and I know a lot of Bears fans don't necessarily agree, I thought the Bears did a great job too with the way they executed their plans. We just need to go, man. Kyler Gordon was playing great last week.
Hey, there's more than one way to do it.
Yeah.
It's not all going to look the same. Look at what the Rams did winning the Super Bowl in this beautiful facility
Getting
right
rid
next
of
to
everybody.
us.
I like that you pointed the correct way.
Yeah, I messed it up the other time I got turned around. Normally my sense of direction is pretty good.
Really good.
And sometimes I don't even know what I'm tossing to. Right now I'm tossing to a break because when we come back, you've got questions about Jamar Chase. Oh, what do I do with Jamar Chase? What do I do with James Robinson? We have answers for you about your panic button situation next on the Q&A.
We have the actual panic button?
Yo, we can get the panic button. NFL Plus is the league's new exclusive video streaming subscription service. NFL Plus has your game day covered with live, local, and primetime regular season and postseason games right on your phone or tablet. NFL Plus is available in the NFL app and at NFL.com. Subscription plans start at just $4.99 a month. Fans can visit plus.nfl.com and sign up for a free trial of NFL Plus today. We got more questions for you.
Well, hold on, Patrick Lawrence. Yeah. Yesterday, I wish I would have done a better job of producing this on That Helps No One, I talked about Joshua Kelly's touchdown where there was nobody within 30 yards. The highlight of Austin Eckler getting his face mask pulled, running through exactly what I was talking about.
That's it.
Exactly what I was talking about. I'm sorry.
Yeah, it just, for those who don't know, we do a segment for touchdowns that are scored that helped absolutely nobody. Josh Kelly goes in the end zone, untouched. Denzel Ward, for some reason, crashes inside. There's nobody out there.
Nobody.
Contrast that to Austin Eckler, who has to, fight off people. He's like...
I always feel like they have 15 guys on the opposing defense.
It's like Captain America facing Thanos' entire army every time Austin Eckler scores. Patrick wants to know what to do with Jamar Chase. You play him.
Start him. There it is. Done. Segment over. Yeah. What are you doing? Who are you benching? Tell me, Patrick, who are you benching? You never know because sometimes people are in deeper leagues. We're like, well, I have Justin Jefferson. I have Cooper Kupp. And that's it. We can only start 2 wide receivers. And you're like, okay, well, then maybe I would sit Jamar Chase. He's been still consistent. I feel like he gets double digits, especially in PPR leagues. Now, it's not 30 points, and I know it's terrible to watch. Even Devontae Adams on Monday night going out there and scoring 2 touchdowns, and you're like, let's see you do that. Fewer than 13 points, which means he's scoring around 13 points. Calm down. You're fine. You're going to be okay.
The team didn't score 20 points, and he still had 12 fantasy points.
I know.
Like they're forcing him the ball.
Yeah.
You play it.
And who was it? T. Higgins had the ankle injury.
Yeah.
Didn't return. So stop it.
Yeah.
Stop it. Although, again, we're going to say this a lot. Go try to trade for Jamar Chase.
Yeah, go get him. If people like Patrick are that upset with him, make an offer. See what they have to say. DJ Rudd says it's time to bench James Robinson.
You know what? Without seeing your roster, DJ, I'm assuming that you don't have anybody who's better. I mean, of course, we've talked about Breece Hall. We've talked about Kenneth Walker. We've talked about some of these other guys. There are players that you can start over him. Dameon Pierce would be another guy. Maybe Ramondre Stevenson, especially if Damian Harris ends up missing some times. Yeah, James Robinson is kind of in that category with a lot of mid-card guys. And you're going to start playing matchups, although playing the matchup on Sunday didn't quite work out for you. But I do expect him to get back on track. I think Trevor Lawrence played the worst game of his NFL career, at least the worst game that I've seen him play with Doug Peterson. I would just write that off and say, you know what, they're gonna battle back. I think that, Lovey had some familiarity with the Jags, because he was the defensive coordinator for the Texans last year. So I think he knew what he was doing. I will just chalk that up to Lovey being good, and I would move on and try to go with James Robinson. Wait, hold on. Let me see who they're playing this week. It's Tuesday, by the way, so we're wading in to our. They got the Colts. I feel like you can play. I think you'll be fine against the Colts.
You're
good.
Historically, the situation's been good. Don't overreact to 1 week. We'll say that.
I know it's been 2, but it's okay.
Yeah, everything will be fine. From there, we'll get to a segment where we literally don't want you to react to us at all on social media. It is don't at me, bro, because we got spicy takes and predictions for Week 6. Rank, you're up first.
Listen,
Benjamin
is going to be a top 5 running back this week. Excuse me. Don't at me.
That was really hot.
Don't come after me. He's got a great matchup against the Seattle Seahawks, and we kind of alluded to this a moment ago. Fire up everybody against the Seahawks. This is not the Legion of Boom by any stretch of the imagination. This is where You know, the Legion of Boom has been replaced, like Lex Luthor has been replaced by Condiment Man. Like it's still the Legion of, they're calling it that, but it's still not the same. So get Eno Benjamin in there. Hollywood Brown's going to have a huge game. Kyler Murray is going to have a huge game. The backup kicker, maybe not. But everybody else, even the Dortch.
Yeah. It's a copycat lead. Maybe they'll split Kyler out wide and just snap the ball to Eno Benjamin, and the Seahawks will stay in like too high.
I would love that.
Let's just run away from him.
They're just like, yeah.
It's like, whatever. We'll figure this out.
Geno's a great start.
Yeah.
Oh, how I regret not starting Geno last
Start
week.
Geno.
You know what I did in a league?
What if you missed the playoffs because you didn't play Geno against the Lions?
Oh, my God. Well, it was last week. The Lions was fine. It was last week against the Saints.
Oh.
Because I started Teddy Bridgewater. And then Teddy Bridgewater gets injured.
One of those things. One of those things. Get well soon, Teddy. And Tua, by the way. My thing that I would like you to not at me for is, I say this with multiple Bears fans in this room. Justin Fields will go over 25 points on Thursday night, 8:15 on Amazon Prime Video. They're playing the Washington Commanders, and the coach of the Commanders is uncertain about how he feels about his quarterback. I feel much better about the guy on the other side. I saw flashes, and of course they're just flashes, but the offense is getting better. I think Justin Fields has a solid game, and it's not coming out of nowhere. 18 points last week. Things are getting better for this Bears team, especially in the second half comeback. Over 25 points on Thursday night.
What's missing in that 18-point production is there was a touchdown run that was called back because of a phantom. Well, it was a phantom flop. Some Viking just flopped on the field. You know, as egregious as the roughing the passer were over this last weekend.
They were egregious.
Monday night and Sunday. The flopping on the illegal, stop it. That might have been the most egregious. But I'm also a Bears fan.
Yes.
So,
and I'm a fan of penalties being reviewable. I think we can bring it back and actually try it this time. That would be my lobbying.
How do you strip the ball and get a roughing the passer? You're the ball carrier. How is a ball carrier? You can't rough the passer if you're the ball carrier. Where's the common sense? And even here's the thing, though. Here's what I love too is that they're like, yeah, and Derek kind of admitted, they shouldn't have called it. Then you know what? Then decline the penalty. How about that?
Like that commercial. The ball was out on me.
The ball was out on me.
No,
Nobody's ever.
It's the human element everybody talks about, love so much. Let's fix it. We don't have to be wrong. You're not doing abacus math anymore.
You play pickup basketball. Sometimes people call your own fouls. No, you didn't foul me. People, I'll go up because I'm a lefty, and somebody grabs your right arm. You're like, I missed the shot. You didn't impede.
That was me. I've also had multiple knee surgeries because of playing ball like that. So yeah, don't intentional foul and pick up basketball. We have more fantasy fun for you today on NFL Network, on NFL Fantasy Live. But you check out this show, Fantasy Q&A. Send us your questions. All season long at NFL Fantasy. Catch us every Tuesday and Friday, streaming in the NFL Fantasy app and the NFL channel at 7 p.m. Eastern or on demand afterwards. Also, subscribe to the NFL Fantasy Football Show podcast with Mr. Florio and Mr. Grant. And you can find us in their podcast feed. So go check it out. That's going to do it for us today. We hope we helped some of you. We chided some of you, but that's because we want the best for you in your fantasy success, right?
Totally, yeah. We're looking out for you in your best interest. And by the way, if somebody likes a band you don't like, just be cool.
Yeah, don't worry about it.
Don't feel like you have to tell them.
Just spin it. Spin the record. See how you feel about it. We'll see you on Friday.